Segment for the day Rome fell 390 BCE traditional Roman date. During the early 4th century BCE, central Italy remained a region occupied by numerous independent communities. Rome controlled territory in Latium and had recently expanded its position through military activity, including the capture of Veii in 396 BCE according to traditional Roman chronology. North of Rome, Celtic-speaking groups occupied large areas of northern Italy. Ancient Greek and Roman authors commonly referred to many of these populations as Gauls. Archaeological evidence indicates movement of Celtic groups into the Italian peninsula during the centuries preceding the 4th century BCE. Evidence for the events traditionally dated to 390 BCE derives primarily from literary sources written long after the events they describe. The surviving accounts contain differences in chronology and detail. Modern scholarship commonly places the event around 387 BCE, while traditional Roman chronology places it in 390 BCE. Despite uncertainties concerning specific details, ancient sources and modern scholarship broadly accept that Rome experienced a major military defeat, followed by the occupation or capture of parts of the city by a Gallic force during the early 4th century BCE. During the early 4th century BCE, interactions among communities in central and northern Italy involved warfare, migration, trade, diplomacy, and territorial competition. Ancient sources record the movement of a Gallic force into central Italy. The reasons for the movement are described differently in surviving accounts. The surviving evidence does not permit certainty regarding every stage of the advance. Roman tradition associates the subsequent conflict with a location near the Allia River. The Allia is a tributary of the Tiber River situated north of Rome. Traditional Roman chronology places the engagement on the 18th of July 390 BCE. Modern scholarship treats the precise date with caution because the surviving evidence was recorded much later. According to the literary tradition, Roman forces moved north from the city and encountered the advancing Gallic army near the Allia. Ancient sources preserve varying descriptions of the size and composition of the forces involved. Reliable figures for troop numbers do not survive. The engagement resulted in a Roman defeat. The surviving sources differ regarding tactical details. Some accounts emphasize weaknesses in deployment. Others emphasize conditions during the engagement. The available evidence does not permit complete reconstruction of the battle. The defeat disrupted Roman defensive arrangements north of the city. Following the engagement, surviving Roman forces withdrew. Movement occurred along multiple routes. Ancient narratives preserve differing descriptions of these withdrawals. Some forces are said to have moved toward nearby settlements. Following the engagement at the Allia River, surviving Roman forces withdrew from the battlefield. Groups of survivors moved in different directions. Some forces moved toward Rome. Information concerning the defeat reached the city. Public authorities responded to changing conditions. Defensive measures were organized. Military personnel assembled within the city. Supplies were transferred to defensible locations. Preparations continued as Gallic forces advanced southward. Military and civic activity increased throughout the city. Defenders concentrated at the Capitoline Hill. The hill provided a defensible position within the city. Defensive preparations continued at the site. Gallic forces approached Rome. Ancient sources describe the entry of Gallic forces into the city. Different areas of the city came under Gallic occupation. Activity within Rome became concentrated around occupied and defended areas. The Capitoline remained outside Gallic control. Military positions remained active throughout the occupation. Conditions differed between occupied areas and defended positions. The occupation continued for an extended period. Supply arrangements became an important concern. Access to resources influenced daily operations. Ancient sources record continued contact between opposing forces. Negotiations occurred during the occupation period. Surviving sources preserve differing accounts concerning specific details. The available evidence records the withdrawal of Gallic forces. Occupation of the city came to an end. Following the withdrawal, activity resumed within Rome. Public institutions continued to operate. Repairs and reconstruction occurred across parts of the city. Military obligations remained part of public life. By the end of the episode, Rome continued to function within the political landscape of central Italy. The surviving evidence records the Battle of the Allia, the occupation of Rome by Gallic forces, and the continuation of Roman institutions following the event. Military operations, territorial disputes, and relations among communities continued throughout central Italy during the 4th century BCE.